Mr. Venus.
Present.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Here.
Mr. Lombardo.
Here.
Ms. McDermott. Mr. McGinley.
Present.
Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Thornton.
Here.
Mr. Urban.
Here.
Mr. Wilovich.
Here.
Ms. Vogt.
Here.
Present.
Thank you. We'll start with recognitions and ceremonial proclamations. We have proclamations for the outgoing council members. I'll read them briefly. The first one is for Mr. Tim McGinley. Whereas the Luzerne County Home Rule Charter was approved by the voters of Luzerne County on November 2nd, 2010, and became effective on Monday, January 2nd, 2012. And whereas Mr. Tim McGinley was elected to the first county council that took office on January 2nd, 2012, and has faithfully served as Luzerne County Council member since that date, including 6 years as Luzerne County Council Chair. And whereas Mr. McGinley has dedicated his time in the past 12 years of service on Luzerne County Council to improving the services offered to the residents of Luzerne County, reducing the debt, promoting countless initiatives and policies to improve the quality of life for county residents, and serving on many authorities, boards, and commissions with the utmost dedication, including the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport Board, the Retirement Board, Budget, Finance, and Audit Committee, the ABC Committee, and the Code Review Committee. Now therefore be it resolved, the Luzerne County Council wishes to commend, congratulate, and applaud Tim McGinley on his 12 years of service on Luzerne County Council and for his work and dedication to Luzerne County since the inception of the home rule form of government. The next is for Mr. Mitchell. Since he's not here tonight, I'll forego reading it, but we have this proclamation here. The next one is for Carl Venus. Whereas the Luzerne County Home Rule Charter was approved by the voters of Luzerne County on November 2nd, 2010, and became effective on Monday, January 2nd, 2012. And whereas Carl Venus III was appointed to Luzerne County Council and took office on February 22nd, 2022, he has been a very active and dedicated member of the council. He has been an advocate of many initiatives for the residents of the county. And whereas Mr. Venus has dedicated his time for the past year and 10 months as a Luzerne County Council member, he has served on numerous Luzerne County Council committees. Now therefore be it resolved, the Luzerne County Council wishes to commend, congratulate, and thank Carl Venus for all of his hard work, dedication while serving as a member of the Luzerne County Council. The last is for Mr. Urban. Whereas Luzerne County Home Rule Charter was approved by the voters of Luzerne County on November 2nd, 2010, became effective on Monday, January 2nd, 2012. And whereas Stephen J. Urban was elected to the Luzerne County Council and most recently took office on January 6th, 2020. He has been a very active and dedicated member of the council. He has been an advocate of many initiatives for the residents of the county. And whereas Mr. Urban has dedicated his time for a total of 8 years as Luzerne County Council member, he has served on numerous Luzerne County committees. Now therefore be it resolved, the Luzerne County Council wishes to commend, congratulate, and thank Stephen J. Urban for all of his hard work and dedication while serving as a member of the county council.
We have one more proclamation as well for Ms. Vogt. Whereas Luzerne County Home Rule Charter was approved by the voters of Luzerne County on November 2nd, 2010, and became effective Monday, January 2nd, 2012. And whereas Kendra Vogt was elected to Luzerne County Council and took office on January 6, 2020, and has faithfully served as a Luzerne County Council member since that date, including 2 years as Luzerne County Council Chair. And whereas Mrs. Vogt has dedicated her time for the past 4 years as a Luzerne County Council member. She has served on numerous Luzerne County Council committees and has been involved in promoting countless initiatives and policies to improve the quality of life for county residents. Now therefore be it resolved, the County Council wishes to commend, congratulate, and thank Kendra Vogt for all of her hard work and dedication while serving as a member and chair of the Luzerne County Council. And we have something else for you too.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, these are beautiful.
I thought they were for Tim.
Thank you. Sorry, now I can't see you guys,
That
but
won't keep you away from anybody else.
thank you all so much, especially to the outgoing council members. It's been a pleasure serving with you, and to the council members that will continue to serve on council. It's been great working with all of you, and I wish you all the best and continued success. Any deletions from the voting session agenda?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion, we delete item number 4 on the agenda regarding the additional funding for the J.C. Drive Bridge.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Not a question, I just want to add, the reason for doing this is not because I'm against the funding or anything like that. It's just popped up the 11th hour on the agenda, and there's an enormous amount of questions and funding and things like that that we need to discuss. Also, this late in the year, I do think there's some credence in leaving it a few weeks to the next council, 4 new council members coming on, and it's an enormous, pretty good sized amount of money. That's why I'm asking to delete it tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Thornton. We have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call on deleting it?
Mr. Venus?
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Thornton?
Yes.
Mr. Urban?
Yes.
Mr. Lovett?
Yes.
Ms. Swope?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number
I
4.
apologize. Before we, Mr. Mitchell said that he's on now. Mr. Mitchell, can you hear us? No?
I see him. Oh, his hand's up.
Oh, is he?
Oh, he's
Yes.
on as an attendee instead of a panelist. Could you unmute him? Thank you.
Or,
Mr. Mitchell, could you hear us?
Oh, yes, I hear you. Okay, I hear you now. Can you hear me?
Thank you. Yeah.
yes.
Mr. Mitchell, you missed the proclamations. We have one here for you. Would you like me to read it?
I'm
I'll
sorry,
read
I
it.
cut out there for a minute. Could you say that again? I'm
I'll read-
sorry.
I'll read it quick. You deserve it. Just give me a moment.
Oh, you don't have to do that. That's okay.
I read everybody else's. I'll be quick.
Okay.
Whereas the Luzerne County Home Rule Charter was approved by the voters of Luzerne County on November 2nd, 2010, and became effective on Monday, January 2nd, 2012. And whereas Matthew R. Mitchell was appointed to Luzerne County Council and took office on June 14th, 2022. He has been a very active and dedicated member of the council. He has been an advocate of many initiatives for the residents of the county. And whereas Mr. Mitchell has dedicated his time for the past year and 6 months as a Luzerne County council member, and he has served on numerous Luzerne County council committees. Now therefore be it resolved, the Luzerne County Council wishes to commend, congratulate, and thank Matthew Mitchell for all of his hard work, dedication while serving as a member of Luzerne County Council.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. Sorry I couldn't be there with you guys.
All right, do we have a motion to adopt?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is adopted. We now have public comment on voting session agenda items only. I don't have any slips, so if you just want to raise your hand if anybody wants to speak on an agenda item only. Oh, okay. Hurry up, move on. Just kidding. All right. What's
Motion
that?
to approve the minutes.
What's wrong?
I just want to see.
Oh, no hands up.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
20, November the 5th of December.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstentions? No, one at a time. Abstentions? Opposed? Minutes are adopted. How about December 5th?
No. My last.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? Opposed?
No.
Minutes are adopted. Number 1 is the motion to adopt resolution agreeing to implement Act 33 of 2021. This is the fee. It needs to be removed from the table.
Motion to remove from the table.
Second.
All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstentions? All right, it's removed from the table.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Venus?
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Thornton?
Yes.
Mr. Urban?
Yes.
Mr. Lovett?
Yes.
Ms. Swope?
Yes.
Yeah.
Motion passes. Number 2, motion to adopt resolution authorizing the county manager to execute a lease agreement between Luzerne County and Luzerne County Domestic Relations.
So moved.
Motion.
Second. Give it to me.
Roll call?
Mr. LaScavitch?
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Thornton?
Yes.
Mr. Urban?
Yes.
Mr. Lovett?
Yes.
Mr. Venus,
Yes.
Ms. Swope?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Motion passes. Number 3, motion to adopt resolution setting the salary of the Luzerne County manager.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call?
Second, Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Do we need to state the specific about that motion?
I think it's already filled. for you guys. It's filled in. Roll call. Yeah, please.
Mr. Lombardo?
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
yes,
Mr. Thornton,
Yes,
Mr. Urban,
I'm gonna abstain because I just feel county manager should have been here at least a year before looking at a raise.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
yes,
Ms. Hope.
Yes.
Yes, one abstention.
Motion passes. Moving on to number 5 now. Motion to adopt resolution increasing the salary of the clerk of county council.
motion,
So
I think it was.
Mr. Mitchell and Mr.
Yeah.
Thornton.
all right, sure.
That's. Roll call.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
yes,
Mr. Thornton,
Yes,
Mr. Urban,
Yes.
Mr. Lovett,
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
yes.
Ms. Hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Motion passes. Number 6, motion to adopt resolution declaring a vacancy on the Luzerne County Children and Youth Advisory Board.
Second.
Roll call. It was Belovich Venus.
Mr. Mitchell,
yes,
Mr. Thornton,
yes,
Mr. Urban.
Yes.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley.
Yes.
Ms. Hope.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Motion passes. Number 7 are, okay, so these are nominations and appointments to boards and commissions. Here we go.
Motion open nominations.
For Luzerne County Children and Youth Advisory Boards, we have a motion, open nominations. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are open.
Make motion nominate Mr. Corey Brown. Second.
Make a motion to nominate Mr. Corey Moore.
Second.
All right,
Motion close nominations.
second,
all in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are closed. Okay, so since we have 2 open and 2 nominations, we could go right to the resolutions. Someone wants to make a resolution for Corey Brenner?
Resolution appoint.
We have to do the resolution separate.
Motion to the first one.
All right, we'll do Corey Brenner.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Thornton,
yes,
Mr. Urban.
Yes.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
yes,
Ms. Hope.
Yes,
Unanimous.
motion passes. Do we have a motion for Corey Moore?
So moved.
All right, I think it was Lombardo and Wilovich. Sorry. Roll call.
Mr. Urban,
Yes.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
yes,
Mr. Thornton.
yes,
Ms. Hope.
Yes,
Unanimous.
thank you. Congratulations to both on the new appointments. Next, is
open nominations for the 44 Airport Advisory.
second,
all in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are open.
Motion nominate Mr. Stanford. Second.
Do we have a motion to close?
Motion to close.
Belovich means
Motion to close.
Do we have a second?
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions,
Aye.
opposed, nominations are closed. We have only 1 and there's 1 opening, so we could do the resolution. Do we have a motion for the resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call. Lombardo, Urban.
Mr. Urban,
Yes.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
yes,
Mr. Thornton.
yes,
Ms. Hope.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Okay, congratulations, Sean Stanford. Next, Luzerne,
motion to open nominations for the Luzerne County Drug and Alcohol Executive
do
Commission.
we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are open. We have 2 for education.
I nominate Kara Devine.
Second.
I'll nominate Mr. Joseph Strubeck.
Second.
Motion to close nominations. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are closed. We have 2 openings and 2 nominations. We can go right to the resolution. Do we have one for Kara Devine motion?
Motion for Kara Devine, resolution.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley.
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Mr. Thornton.
Yes.
Mr. Urban.
Yes.
Ms. Swope.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Joseph Strubeck, do we have a
Motion
motion?
for Joseph Strubeck resolution?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Venus.
Yes.
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley.
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Mr. Thornton.
Yes.
Mr. Urban.
Yes.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Ms. Swope.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Okay, motion passes.
Motion to open nominations for Luzerne/Wyoming County Mental Health and Development Services.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are open.
Motion to nominate Christopher Fugazi.
Second.
Motion to close?
Second. Or, I'm
I
sorry.
didn't make it, I was looking for it.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions, opposed, nominations are closed. We have one nomination and one opening. We go right to the resolution.
Motion to nominate Christopher Fugazi resolution.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. LaScavitch.
Yes.
Mr. Lombardo.
Yes.
Mr. McGinley.
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Mr. Thornton.
Yes.
Mr. Urban.
Yes.
Mr. Lovett.
Yes.
Mr. Venus.
Yes, I think that's the last time.
Ms. Swope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Okay, congratulations to the last two appointments because we were moving so quick, I forgot the congratulations. We'll move on to public comments.
Madam
Wow,
Chair.
this is crazy. Sure, Mr. Mitchell.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you guys tonight. I'm in Philadelphia for a work commitment, but I just want to say that it's been a pleasure with working with all of you. And I wouldn't have been sitting there if it wasn't for all of you appointing me, which I'm truly grateful for. It's been truly the pleasure of my life. It's been the highlight. I'm very proud of what we've accomplished on council, especially over the past year, especially with working with Manager Crocomo. It's been a true pleasure working with her and all of you. And I think that we have a lot to be proud of. So again, just thank you very much. Thank you for the wonderful proclamation, and hope to see you all soon, and happy holidays to everybody there.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Any members of the public? Sure, Mr. Troy.
Mr. Troy.
Can this be related to agenda items or does it have to?
It's open.
Anything with the county, right?
No, I realize I'm late for comment on the agenda. I'm disappointed. I suppose it's pretty a moot point to make now about the some of the items on the agenda, but there's several comments I wanted to make. I know I have a short time to do it, but regarding the increases in salaries for the county manager and the clerk of county council, I was opposed to that. I know that I guess as far as the numbers go, that would be online, I guess. Right? I haven't. Whatever the amount was, I think that this is a wrong thing to do, ethically questionable. And I'm very disappointed in this council. I assume the vote was, from what I heard, and my hearing is 100%, but it seemed like the votes were unanimous on this. And the people certainly who are about to leave this august body, the council, to go on a hiatus or have not been reelected, especially you people, and especially Republicans, who most of you are. I made this point last time. I don't understand. There's a possibility that these people deserve an increase, but how can you ethically justify this in the light of the fact that people in our county in general are facing financial hardships? The percentage of the population that is increasing as far as elderly people goes. Elderly people make up more and more of the percentage of the population in general, which means most of these people are on fixed incomes and having a hard time paying bills, et cetera. Now, Ms. Crocomo, with all due respect, when she was in here the short time last year before she was replaced, she couldn't wait to increase our property taxes. And you people sit there smugly this year saying how great it is that you didn't raise property taxes. Well, that might be well and good, but I'm still very disappointed because there was $112 million approximately that was dissipated by the ARP through the ARP program. And a lot of this, as I understand it, went to certain businesses that I don't think deserved it. And really, I don't think private enterprise should have have been on the receiving end of any of that ARP money. So I'm disappointed. I mean, whatever the amount was of these increases, in light of the fact that so many people are finding it difficult in this county, and let me get this straight, don't you have a responsibility to the taxpayers of this county before anybody else? As your responsibility, maybe the few people who are leaving could explain this to me, because I certainly don't understand the way it's played out. But I'll tell you, I'm very disappointed. 12 years ago, whatever it was, when we voted this home rule charter in, I had great hopes that this was a more democratic kind of form of government. It seems that we have lost sight and lost any kind of hold on democracy, the way you people have recklessly spent money in the last few years, especially, and even you people who are leaving. So I just want to repeat my disappointment in the fact that you guys have, in my
Thank you. Your
estimation,
time's
have
up.
lost your moral compass.
Thank you.
I don't
Your
know if you know
time's
what a
up,
moral
and I
compass is.
normally do not do this, but I will rebuttal those comments. First of all, our clerk to county council, there was a merit increase.
You speak up, please, if you're talking to me.
Oh, okay. There was a merit increase put in the budget for all of county employees. It goes through HR to be reviewed. Ms. Lawrence does not report to the administration. She reports to county council. So if we wanted her to get the raise that's happening throughout the county based on merit, we all completed a review, the scores were compiled, and based on her merit and her job performance, we chose to give her the raise that is being given to other employees based on their merit that's being approved by HR. Secondly, Ms. Crocomo, we approved an increase for Manager Crocomo. She came in here after I don't want to say anything terrible about the shape that the county was in. We hired a manager who was not managing the county. He was given a bloated salary that is still a lot higher than the raise that we're giving to Ms. Crocomo, by the way, just so everyone is aware of this. He came in here, no work was being,
Finished, you had your turn. at the
no
podium.
work was being done. Nothing was accomplished, and we were given a bloated budget that we had to comb through line by line because it was completely and utterly unbalanced. What was the increase that he wanted to give us? 11%? It was high. That's what he wanted to increase taxes by. Ms. Crocomo came back in here, fixed the mess that we were left in, making a lot less money than the man who put us in that mess in the first place.
What do you call a lot less money?
And then gave us a balanced budget with no increase. County council approved raises for union contracts all throughout the year, and she still managed, along with help from her administration, to give us a budget with no increase. And I'm sorry, I do not normally ever rebuttal. I don't even answer questions 99% of the time, but I feel strongly that both of these individuals deserve that. And when you're saying you put the taxpayers first, she's running this county. She's the one who needs to be at the helm of the ship. Yes, county council approves the budget. We control the pockets of this county, but she's running it. Thank you. Mr. Miscavige. No, Mr. Miscavige.
I want to echo the statements that were just made by our chair. I feel the same way. When people do a good job, they deserve a raise. I don't care what industry, what business you're in. We have some key players in this county who came aboard, and a lot of them recently. And if they do a great job for us, they deserve to get rewarded.
Great job.
That's enough. In addition to
That's
that,
it. Your statement was uncalled for when you sit there and say that we're Republicans. And if I read your statement right, because somebody isn't your party, you shouldn't give them a raise. I never heard something so ridiculous in all my life. I'd give somebody in a Tea Party, a Democrat, or a Republican a raise if they deserve it. So that was, to me, that was a stupid statement. Sorry.
I'll meet you outside.
Yeah, okay.
That's not appropriate. Mr. Urban?
My tax.
that's enough,
Okay,
that's
Mr.
enough. Enough.
Go ahead, Mr. Urban.
Just want to, thank all my colleagues.
Don't call me a stupid statement.
Great working with you. And it wasn't totally
Mr. Troy, please
Sure.
keep your comments.
it
to yourself.
wasn't totally a unanimous
Sorry,
decision
I
either,
got
so.
Some people got offended by your comments.
I didn't single anybody out.
Okay, Mr. Troy, that's enough. Mr. Urban, please go ahead.
I first of all, I want to thank everybody that I got to work with, all of you. I'm probably going to run again. I'll be trying to come back again for more punishment in 2 years. Mr. Troy, I abstained from the raise for Ms. Procomo, okay? I believe that she needs to be here a little bit longer for another, for an annual review, which I think should be on a yearly basis, a little bit longer time frame than just a, 3/4 of a year. But I wouldn't be remiss if I didn't want to bring an issue out. Last week, I went to the DA's office. I got to sit out in the hallway, wanted to talk to a detective on an issue with one of the new council-elect members that are coming into office. It has to deal with integrity and alleged forgery on petitions. So I didn't really want to bring this out in public, but because law enforcement decided not to talk to me, didn't decide to respond to my email, I want to bring this out in public that one person that's coming onto this council has a lot of suspect signatures that appeared to be forged on a petition, or many petitions, 7 of them to be exact, that they turned in initially. Although you can't challenge the validity of the signatures because that time has passed back in the spring, the potential of criminality exists, which has a statute of limitations of at least 2 years. So I have 4 statements from people that I got signatures from saying they never signed the petition. Their names were forged on the petition. One of them notarized the statement. I've had to take it outside of this county to other law enforcement to take a look at it. Chances are it'll probably get kicked back down to the DA to go back up to another agency. It's kind of a shame that you have somebody that's coming into this office is going to possibly blemish this office in January or get sworn in. I went through all 328 signatures. The person is a registered Democrat. They only had graciously 119 signatures that were democratically signed, 130 people that weren't, or actually 131 that weren't registered, 20 of them that were outside of this county, 2 of them which were outside of the state that signed the petition, 20 Republicans and 33 no party affiliation, and 5 Green Party members signed that particular person's petition. I'd also questioned the validity of the person's residency because under 202 of the charter, it says you have to be here in this county living a year in this county before you can, it says you're elected or preceding, you have to be here a year preceding your election or appointment. The person was a registered voter outside of this county, voted in another election in another adjacent county last November, re-registered in Luzerne County back in March of this year, and then runs for office, subsequently winning a primary and then winning a seat. So I'm not going to name names at this point in time. Let the media do it. And hopefully the DA will talk to me about what I have found. I've shared a lot of the findings with my council colleagues, looking at the signatures. Doesn't take a handwriting expert to show that they were the same person signing a few of them or many of them in some cases. If they are strewn across 7 petitions, the persons stated they circulated all 7 within 6-day period. That's pretty aggressive. I hope the proper people take a look at this. I hate to go out like that, but it wouldn't be me if I, without finding something. But thank you for your time. It was great working with the administration. I know some of us started off a little rocky, Jen. You've been very receptive. Thank you for taking my calls. Mr. Wilbur, I know I didn't support you initially. You're doing well over there in the prison. Even though I have differences with people sometimes in the beginning, we get to know each other. I think we can work things out and compromise, like Tim said. Ramilda, you and I will be in touch going forward. Hopefully you'll still take my phone calls, and I'll try to come back in a couple of years. Ken, we're good working with you. Carl, gentlemen, regardless of what Tim and Brian say about you. Matt, on the phone, we go back a long way. I hope that I know we've had some disagreements here. Honestly, it was out of just trying to assume positive intent, trying to protect all of us with the ARP stuff and some of the statutes. and the code based on what the Treasury guidelines are. It wasn't trying to come at you personally. So if you thought it was personal, I'm sorry you thought it, or you took it that way, but it wasn't. It's just, trying to protect this county and the liability in this county. We have enough lawsuits, and I'm sure, Harry, I'm sure you'll be settling next year as well. Try to keep it under control. Great working with everybody, and look forward to working with everybody in the future. Kevin, you're a great guy. Brian, thank you. Greg, you as well. Tim, you're my neighbor, so I'll see you in the neighborhood. I don't know.
Go ahead, Mr. Flores.
Thanks, Madam Chair. The gentleman in the audience suggested a couple of things which were offensive to this council. I just want to state for the record that this council recently awarded $5 million to the CEO organization who helps people that don't have, people that are hurting in life, can't pay bills, and have serious issues with their housing. So that's well recognized by this council. We never make small of that or make light of that. However, the notion that no government officials should ever get a raise as long as there are people impoverished or hurting within their jurisdiction, it is a deeply flawed notion. And the gentleman walked out, and I wish he could hear what I'm saying. If that were the case, the truth is every county and every state in this country and every country in the world has a segment of population, sadly, that is impoverished and needs help. And according to the flawed logic presented here tonight by that gentleman, no government official would ever get a raise, according to his reasoning, flawed reasoning. His reasoning is short-sighted and flawed, and I think it was offensive to a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may, very briefly.
Could we do Mr. Rabo first, because he just put his hand up, so we'll get public, yeah. Mr. Rabo? Sorry, Carl. Mr. Rabo? He's good? You're good to unmute. I'm getting a thumbs up. *6 if you're on your phone. Well, he's muted. Hands up, but he's muted. Go ahead, Mr. Venus.
Okay, just to jump a little bit on what Steve said, I would like to just first and foremost say thank you very much for everything, for the public, members of council, the administration, the staff, everybody. It really was the honor of my life. I've wanted to be involved in politics since I was about 12 years old. So it really was great. Not always easy, but always great. So, and I would say that what we have here is a group of 11 men and women who are working very hard to forward the county, to do good things for everybody. I thought it was, I've said this, I think, to Councilman McGinley many times, the thing I will miss the most is working with these 10 other people to get stuff done, to move the county forward in the right direction. It really was fantastic. And I do think it gets missed from time to time. I mean, it gets a little hectic in this room with all of us, but I really do think that everybody at this table was very dedicated. And people who aren't at this table, the administration, county manager, Crocomo, you're doing a fantastic job. I was happy to vote yes for that raise. I really was. And one other point I wanted to point out with regards to our clerk. So Sharon is essentially doing the job of two people without an assistant. Last year, we cut that from the budget to save money. So she's been working, doing both jobs essentially by herself. And last year we took away the funding for the assistant. So, and that was in an effort to cut the budget so that we don't make any or we can limit the tax increase as much as possible. So I just wanted to say thank you all so much. You are all, I look at you all as my family around the entire table. Anything you would ever want, feel free to reach out. I'm still gonna call Mr. Lombardo constantly. It's not going to stop. Actually, may even still annoy Tim every now and again. But thank you all so much. I cannot express enough how great we have, everyone in this county is, and really works very hard to move everything forward and cares about other people. I think former manager Pedri said it very well. That's what government's supposed to be about. When we can help people, we should help people. And again, we should respect the taxpayer dollars. And I think that's what we try to do. I will leave with the note that since home rule came into play, I know I've said this before, we've made it a priority to cut the county debt. I know Attorney or Controller Griffith says this all the time. That is mandated in the charter. We cut the debt. That's the first thing we do. We pay down the debt service every budget season. But if you look at the numbers, we're heading in the right direction. When Mr. McGinley first got here, things didn't look so bright. Now at this point, there really is light at the end of the tunnel. And I think we should be proud of that, all of us here and the ones came before us, the administration, the staff, everybody. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I'll make a brief comment because I don't want to extend the time of the meeting because I would like to set my own personal record. If we could. Sure, you can. Guys, it's been a pleasure serving with all of you and not just county council here, but all of the staff, all of the administration, the sheriffs who help take care of our meetings, IT who runs everything, all of you and all of your departments, and especially Manager Kokomo. It truly has been an honor. And thank you guys for trusting me to be the chair for the past 2 years. I've enjoyed my time. It is a little bit bittersweet. I'm happy to be moving on, but also I'll miss all of you and working for the residents of Luzerne County and working alongside all of you for sure. And I don't just mean county council, I mean truly all of you, the division heads, the staff, and Romilda for sure. So thank you guys, I appreciate you.
Can I take it before you speak?
Yeah, go ahead, he wants the last word.
I know you want to break your record. Madam Chair, my first impression of our chair was when she was newly elected and we were reviewing the CBA agreement. And she passed the proposed agreement of the previous agreement. And she was comparing them line by line. And as a lawyer, I thought, wow, she's really, she's looking into it and she has very pointed questions. And I always thought, you should be a lawyer. I'm sorry I'm wishing that on you, but I still believe that. You were so supportive of me, and I will never forget that. I want you to know that there was more to this professional relationship that we had. I really truly consider you a friend, and the fact that I was able to witness romance at county council meetings, it was really great. There's a story in there that I may write for television, but I wish you well, and I will miss you. Councilman Urban, we didn't start out too well. We had a long, rocky history. I think we've overcome that, and I will absolutely take your phone calls. We're going to continue meeting, and I hope you take my phone calls too.
Absolutely.
So, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
Councilman Mitchell, it was such a pleasure working with you, working with someone who made decisions based on what was best for the county, and I hope to see you involved in the county government in some capacity in the future, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. That's very kind. Appreciate that.
We're comrades as lawyers, so I have a special spot in my heart for you, and it was just it was very rewarding working with you. I knew that when I said certain things that maybe I was saying in legalese, that you would be able to translate it for me, and you were not only a colleague of mine as a lawyer, but I can tell you today, you're my friend. And I, again, hope that in some capacity, in some shape or form, you're working with the county government. People know how I feel about Mr. McGinley, and I wish him all the best. You'll be sorely missed, especially in budget and finance. You couldn't win an argument when it came with numbers, because he could do it all in his head. So, and he actually taught most of the people that I know. So, but you'll do
And their children.
You'll do a fine job. I know you will. And to each one and every one of you who have served the county, thank you on behalf of the citizens of your county and the administration. And I really do feel like we're going to see all of you again, and at least I hope. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. McGinley, if you want the last word, we have to let Mark Rainbow, he's unmuted.
Let Mr. Rainbow speak.
Mr. Rainbow?
Oh, I finally got the mic, and there's one person that will probably still be here after home rule, and usually after any council member leaves, it's myself and probably Mr. Griffith. So that being said, I just want to wish the outgoing council members the best in their future endeavors, and Mr. McGinley on the Wyoming Valley West School Board. I know he'll do just as good of a job on there as he's done here, and he'll probably run the meetings there eventually too. So I wouldn't be surprised. Also, I wholeheartly agree with Manager Crocomo in terms of her performance and the division heads. I think they've gone above and beyond and tried the best with what they had, and they deserve, and as Madam Chair, you and the other council members have said, they deserve the raise that they got as they earned it. If they earn the raise, if they earn it by performance, there should be no question as to supporting a raise. And I also say that about the clerk to council, Ms. Lawrence, because we have somebody on the Luzerne County Redevelopment Authority who does 3 jobs, and has been doing it quite well for the past several years. So, and now she's the permanent director. So I say this, people that go above and beyond the call of duty that earn their raise should get it. So that being said, I wanted to wish every one of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Rainbow. All right, all you, Mr. McGinley.
Thank you. You heard Mr. Rainbow said 2024, everybody sort of cringed. Obviously, 12 years is a large time commitment. And I look back now and I've talked to some people that I started with and reminisce a little bit about some of the early days. It's really been a pleasure. We've worked super hard. Day one, when we were sworn in, we came into this room, didn't look anything like this at that point. I don't think we know how to even start a meeting, let alone try to run a government. But we worked hard. A lot of people stepped up. A lot of people helped out. And we got things going. And I think over the course of 12 years, our government has improved and really is a positive thing for the Luzerne County. Now, I think about these last 2 years, and I think everybody recognizes I'm one member of one party and I have 10 members on the other side. And I know how many people approach me and say, what are you going to do? How are you going to? Well, we learned to work together. And I really appreciate the members of the other side and their work and what they did to move the county forward. We really worked well together and I think it was great. And I appreciate that. For Miss Crocomo, I don't know how we ever missed Miss Crocomo. She has been the best manager that we've had in 12 years. She has great ideas. She has a plan. She's working towards it. And she certainly has got things moving in the right direction. The most critical position in home rule is the county manager. If you don't have that person in the right spot, it's not going to work well. We saw that. And now we're back on the right track, and that's very much goes to the members of the council here who changed their support and supported Ms. Crockett. You know, I look out there at mostly division heads at this point in time, but there's been a lot of other people that have served in the county. By and large, we've had great employees, great leaders. Have we had our hiccups? Yes. But we've had a lot of people work at the county, step up and do additional work, and really want to do the right thing. And I want to applaud those people for all their work and all their efforts. As I move forward, the old man in the council is going to be gone. That's me. I have to look down here at Carl, and he said, I'm a member of his family. I don't know about that.
I didn't mean you.
But I've made a lot of good friends. And yes, you are members of our extended family. I really appreciate that. And look at Ms. Bowen, she's chaired it the last 2 years. And I think she knows it's not an easy job at times, right? And she's done a nice job really throughout the 2 years. And she's had several important events in her life during that important time. So great job for handling all that and also serving as the chair.
Thank you.
Once again, I'll say thank you to everyone. I also want to say that I'm not leaving town. If you need any assistance or any help or any information I can provide, please don't hesitate. I'll be happy to do anything I can to help and move the county forward. It's been a great 12 years. I want to thank the citizens of the county that elected me 3 times. I've tried to do the right thing and try to do what I thought was best for the county. And I appreciate everyone in this room and elsewhere who worked hard for the county to move ahead. Thank you again. Do I have the last motion too?
You got it.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstentions? Opposed? I'm hitting it. Meeting adjourned.